Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and share it. Have a good one. Alright, so today before we start talking about this rifle, we need to talk about another rifle, because it'll explain why we have this rifle today. So I'm bringing back my old SMLE. So, empty gun, shotgun closed. If you know the infield, you know the infield. Disclaimer, this is a World War II model, so the only real difference is going to be the sight. But for the purposes of today, we're going to pretend this is from World War II. One. So, back in World War I, the British were having a very, very difficult time massing these out and sending them to the front line, because they were trying to replace this rifle to begin with, because really the troops didn't really like it. It was taking too long to develop. They weren't getting all the kinks out. Every about 3 or 4 years they would have to refix something. It was getting very costly for the United Kingdom to keep doing this, so they really wanted to find a replacement. And then World War I happened, so they didn't have the time. So shooting table, pick this one up. What the British would do is they would originally try to go to Vickers Firearms Company. Yeah, Vickers. To try to contract to try to make something like this. They couldn't do it, so they subcontracted out to Remington Arms, Winchester, and Edison to build what we know as the p14, or what started as the p13 rifle, because the development of this would start around 1912, 1913, I believe. So what did the British want from this rifle? Well, the big thing is they wanted a heavier barrel, because the SMLE uses a very light, thin barrel. They weren't sure if, showing cleared, they weren't 100% sure if they really like the 10-round box magazine of the SMLE, because when you're fighting, this is a very damaged part. Matter of fact, can I pull this one out? This is just a very, very piece of thin aluminum metal stamped together that, like, if you hit a rock, hit a tree branch or something, you go prone, this is going to damage at some point. Matter of fact, I'm almost certain that this isn't even the matching. Oh, look at it. All the infields I've seen around here, you're not going to find a matching magazine because they don't exist. So let's talk about this rifle now and some of the other things they wanted to do. First off, we have gone from the Lee action to a Mauser action, because us Americans love the fucking Mauser. Can I say fuck? I want to say fuck. We love fucking Mausers. Not fucking Mausers, but we love the rifle. It will not. This is preventing the bolt from going forward on empty, so you're not going to dry fire and shoot rounds that aren't there anymore. My gun, I can dry fire it. So we have a simple post sight protectors, much thicker barrel compared to the SMLE, and no nose cap. That was a huge thing. Again, showing empty. This nose cap, British, they didn't like it. It didn't make. I mean, it was great for mounting bayonets because it kept the bayonet out from the barrel. But the nose cap itself was kind of a dumb part to try to produce. That back. So what they decided to do was just go with the Mauser style and just go back to like the almost 19, like this looks like a 1903. And it attaches just like any other Mauser with a bayonet. Click, there's a button, you push on it, voila. Full hand guard, just like an SMLE. Definitely a Mauser style. I mean, look, we got front locking lugs. Cock on close, just like a Lee Enfield. We are only 5 rounds instead of 10, but the thing, I would pick this rifle over the SMLE for this reason alone. Those sights. see if I can get a better, clearer picture. But I mean, like, I like rear sights over tangent sights any day. Just show, if I can show you the difference between the two. My neighbors are probably hating me, but like, much more sight picture, much better. I can't speak English. The sights are just better on this. They just are. All in all, the p14 is a better rifle than the SMLE, but just like Vickers, the United States would have issues trying to produce these, mainly because they weren't passing British inspections for a secondary rifle during a war of attrition where you need rifles to replace the good ones anyways. I might as well. Safety's just about the same. This one's a lot more positive though compared to the SMLE. Positive? Yeah. And it definitely made it to where you can't, like, everything's right here. Even when you're working the bolt, as soon as you put the bolt down, like, your finger get back in that trigger guard. Let's see. So I think by the time the U.S. finally entered the war in 1917, we were finally sending these out to secondary troops and home guards. And they were liked. People liked them, but by the time these finally got to the front, the SMLEs have finally fixed their production issues, and they were being sent to the front with no problems. And the troops really love this because it is a lighter rifle. Some say it's more durable. I mean, that's arguable compared to what, you know, where you're fighting in mud and all that stuff. There was some talk about the Lee action being better than getting mud out of the system. If you get mud in any system, mud's mud. Mud's gonna get gunky. These would be shipped out to like other countries after the war and be surplused out. A lot of countries still kind of use them in home guard defenses. They're good target rifles. All in all, they're just really good, accurate rifles. As a matter of fact, these are so good that when the United States came into World War I, they also ran into the same issue of not having enough rifles for men, because they would go from like a $250,000 standing army to 2 million, I think, with no rifles to catch up with. So all they would do is they would rechamber this from 303 to 30-06. Let's do a shooting comparison. And then I just wanted to do a quick side-by-side comparison between the two rifles. Pokey boys. That's next video. Now for p14. Take a look at that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 for the infield, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the p14. I'll take it. Now I'm going to do a rapid test. And then down to 2 targets, I'm going to do the p14 and try to... All right, so you got two same caliber barrels. I'm just curious about so shooting at the 7. And now with the p14, I'm going to shoot the 8.